Okay, welcome to your maths lesson today, Year 2. Let's get straight into it with our Fast Five. I'm going to start the timer at the top of the screen here and stop sharing my video so you can get straight on with this. Ready? Off you go. Okay, well done. If you could be finishing the question that you're on, ready to mark your work. And if you'd like to pause the screen at this point, you can, okay? But let's go through them now. So turn my video on. Let's go through these. So 3 times 6. Now we have 3 groups. 1, 2, 3 of 6. So let's draw 6 in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So super. Well done if you got 18. Excellent. Right, now 8 times 3 is 24. 11 times 0 is 0. 3 times 9 is 27. 11 times 2 is 22. 12 times 2 is 24. And let's draw our groups for division. So 12 divided by 4. So we draw out 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. And we're sharing 12 equally. So in each group we give 1 each. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, counting as we go along until we get to 12. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now let's count them up. So how many have we got in each group? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay, excellent. Well done if you got that. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 22 divided by 2 is 11. So well done if you got all of those right, or if you did all the hardest work, if you tried the best that you could. Well done. Okay, quick start now. What can you tell me about these shapes? So you have been doing a lot on 3D shapes. You've learned about faces and vertices. So try and have a go now. What can you tell me about these shapes? Pick a shape, or if you'd like to, pause the video and talk through all of them with a partner, or jot down some ideas. What can you tell me about these shapes? Off you go. Pause the video. Super. Hopefully you've come up with a couple of ideas. So let's go through each one. Now, our first shape here, we've got a can of pears, and it is a cylinder. And it has 1, 2 flat faces and 1 curved face. So that's 3 faces all together. Okay, it's got no vertices, so it's got no points on the shape. Okay, but it does have 2 edges. Okay, and we'll look at what edges are in a moment. So let's think. I thought, what better way to show you a cylinder than with a biscuit tin, of course. So there's my biscuit tin, and I've got a curved face, so you can see it rolls. Okay, so it's not flat, it's curved. It goes all the way around. So that's 1. I've got a flat face here, and so that's 2 and 3. It's not really flat, but it's supposed to be flat. Okay, so we'll pretend it's flat. So I've got no vertices, but I have got edges. So you can see that I've got this flat face here, that meets this curved face here. And where the two meet, we have an edge going around. So where two faces meet, that is when we have an edge. Okay. Our faces are either flat or curved, like we've talked about, and they are the parts of the shape that go up from the edges. So where the edge is, that is where the faces go up. Okay, there's an edge there and the face goes up to make our shape 3D rather than 2D, which we know is flat. And then our last key term to remember is vertices. So on our shape here, our cornetto, we have a cone and it has one vertice, so that is the point. Okay, it's got a round, a curved face again, and also a flat face, and it's got one edge going around where the faces meet. So it's got one vertice, two faces, and one edge. Super. We now have a Toblerone here. It has two triangular faces on either side here, and it has 1, 2, 3 rectangular faces. Okay, and we know that it's 3 because we can look at the edges here and we can see that there's 3 edges, so there must be faces going along from the edge, because the edge is where the faces meet, and we can see the edges here, here, and here. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 rectangular faces and 2 triangular faces, so altogether that is 5 faces. And so we know that this is a triangular based prism because it's got the rectangle faces here. We know it's a prism rather than a pyramid. Okay. Next we have a cuboid, and we know our cuboid has 6 faces. So 1, 2, 3 around the back and 4 on the side here, and then 5 on the top and 6 on the bottom. So we can see it here as well. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. We've got also 8 vertices. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's count our edges. So the edges are where the faces meet. So we've got a face here and a face here. So we've got 1 edge here, 2 edges, 3 edges, 4 edges, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, 12 edges. And finally we have our sphere. Sphere. Okay, so a sphere has 1 round face going all the way around. It has no vertices because it has no points, and it has no edges because it's just got 1 face that goes round all the way around. Okay, so just like we've got a face going all the way around here that rolls, but our sphere doesn't have a flat surface that it meets. It doesn't have any surfaces, any other faces that it meets, so it's got no edges. So well done if you got some of those ideas about the faces and the vertices. Okay, but today we are looking at edges. So our learning objective is to identify edges of 3D shapes. So our success criteria to do that is, first of all, we need to identify the name of the shape. Next, we need to count the edges of that shape. And finally, by the end of the lesson, we should also be able to link the number of edges to the shape. So we now know that a cylinder has 1, 2 edges. Super. Let's move on. So your task now is to match the 3D shape with the correct number of edges. So can you pause the video and have a go at this? So we can do the first one together because we've already looked at how many edges a cylinder has. So we have 1 going around here and 2 here. Okay, off you go with that. Excellent. Hopefully you have been able to have a go at that. And let's have a look together now. So if you would like to draw on your shapes today, if that's helpful to you, then absolutely, whatever helps you. Okay, and you'll also have your word mat that will help you out as well. So let's have a look at this now. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 right at the back there, if you can just about see it. 4 edges, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. So right, 12. And we know that that shape is a cuboid. So well done if you remember that. Okay, so next we have, a cube. Next we have a cuboid. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 again. So we can match that up with this over here. So we have a cube and then a cuboid. Okay, we know that this is a cuboid because the length of the edges, okay, the size of the edges are bigger on the cuboid. Okay, and next we have our sphere. So we've identified the name of the shape as a sphere. So we know that our sphere has no edges. It's got only one round surface going all the way around. So we can link that to 0. And finally, can you remember the name of this shape? Well, it has triangular faces going up from the edges, okay, rather than rectangular faces going up from the edges. So it's not a prism, it's a pyramid. So pyramid, triangular faces going up. Okay, prism, rectangular faces. Remember that. Okay, and because it's got a square on the bottom, it's a square-based pyramid. All right, and we can count the sides. So the edges, 2, 3, and 4. Now, because we have our vertices, on the points of the shape, we can count from this the faces that we can see. We can see from the faces that where they join, we have the edges. So we can see that there's going to be a face going up here and here. And then because it's a square, there's going to be another face going up here and here. Okay, so that can help us to see where the edges will be. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. But then we will also have, and I'll do it in another colour so you can see, we'll also have one going up here, okay, because there's another vertice. So where the vertice is, we'll have another face. Okay, if you see the point, okay, there's another face there, isn't there? Okay, and there's the edge going up from the point. Okay, so all together we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 edges on a square-based pyramid. So well done. Right, pause the video and have a go at this. Which shape has 2 edges? Okay, so we've got the name of one shape, but can you work out the name of the other two shapes and which shape has two edges? Okay, so we already had our answer because we did this earlier. So we looked at this shape earlier and we knew that the cylinder has 1, 2 edges. So well done if you remembered that. So we've identified the shape, it's a cylinder. We've counted the edges, so there's one edge going all the way around, and we can see that the face here meets the face here, okay? And so we've counted the edges, there's 2 of them, and we've already linked cylinder to having 2 edges, okay? So that's a nice easy one that's already been done for you. So let's see if you can do one with less help this time. Okay, which shape has 6 edges? Pause the video, okay, and remember to go through these steps. Ready? Go. Super, hopefully you've been able to do that. So hopefully you remember what this shape is called. So we have a square base. Now, is it a prism or a pyramid? Okay, it's got triangular faces going up. So a prism has rectangular faces going up. So it's going to be a pyramid because it's got triangles going up. Think about the pyramids in Egypt and things like that. Toblerone for prism. Okay, so this shape has, let's count the edges next. So this is our square shaped pyramid, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our vertices. So we've got another edge going up from the vertice here. That's 5. Vertice 6. Another vertice 7 and 8. Okay, so square shaped pyramid, 8 edges. Okay, so it's not going to be that. What have we got next? We've got another shape with this time a triangle base and another shape with, again, the triangular faces going up rather than rectangle faces. So remind me, was that a pyramid or a prism? Well done if you said pyramid. It's a triangular based pyramid this time because it's got a triangle on its base rather than a square. So let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3. And this time I'm going to change colours so we can see more clearly the edges going up. So here's a vertice, that would be a 4th edge, 5th edge, and here we have our 6th edge. So the answer is 6 edges. 6 edges. So we've identified the name of the shape was a triangular based pyramid. We've counted the edges. So that's a tick, that's a tick. And now we can link that in our heads that we now know that triangular based pyramids have 6 edges. Okay, and here we have a triangular based with not with triangle faces this time, but with rectangle faces. So it is a triangular based prism. There's our prism. Super. Let's move on then. Right, this is all over to you now. So choose the statements that you think are true about this shape. Make sure you go through your steps here. So you identify the shape and then count the edges. And then you need to choose which statements you would be ticking as true. Okay. pause the video, off you go. Super, hopefully you have had time to do that. Let's go through it together then. So we've got triangle bases here, and we have rectangle faces here. So it is a triangular based prism because it's got the rectangle faces here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 and 9. So 9 edges. So this 3D shape has 9 edges. This 3D shape has 8 faces. Let's count the faces then. We've got 1 face here. We've got 2 faces, 3 faces. So, and then, so we've got the face along here. So that's 1. The face along here is 2. The face along here is 3. And the face along here is 4. And then 5 on the bottom here. Okay, so we've got 5 faces all together. Okay, so if you imagine you've got the bottom face and then the 2 faces either side of the edges at the top, so that 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 on the bases. So we've got 5 faces, so no, that's wrong. And then we have 6 vertices. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 vertices. Yes. Okay. And so now our final step, we would be able to link the number of edges. So we've got our triangular based prism with 9 edges. Excellent. Now over to you. Your assignment today is, first of all, to go through this sheet. You have 4 shapes on this page, and then you'll have a second page with some trickier shapes. And you need to name the shape first of all. And then you need to write down the number of edges. You can print this off and write it in, or you can type it up. Okay, so you count the edges just like we did, and you write it in this box. Now, if you finished both sheets, okay, they're in the same Word document. If you finish that and you have some time, you can move on to your stretch. And it is doing the same thing that we were just looking at a moment ago. So you look at the statements, you identify the shape, you choose if you think, yes, this has 2 edges, you give it a tick, or you give the other statements. So there's 2 statements and you need to choose one of them, choose 2 of those statements that are true. Okay. So, and if you're finding that tricky, then you can just concentrate on this. That's absolutely fine. So you've got a word mat as well to help you. And yeah, I hope you find that okay. Good luck with your work, and I look forward to seeing it later.